Welcome back. Let's welcome in 49ers All-Pro running back Christian McCaffrey. Christian, your team beat the Cardinals 45-29 yesterday. Y'all are 11-3, best record in the NFL. You had 3 touchdowns. How are you guys feeling?
Feeling good, man. Definitely feeling good. You know, it was a big win yesterday. Play Monday night next week, so we get a little extra break here, but I appreciate you guys having me on. Thank you.
Glad you're here, buddy.
Hey, Christian, during your the 49ers 6-game win streak, you are outscoring your teams by an average margin of 34-15. Not to nitpick a little bit, but do you really think that that's a long-term formula for success? You got to up that up a little bit more.
Yeah, the gap's too close. No, definitely need to up it a little. No, I mean, I've been around this league long enough to know that those games where you win by more than one score, you can't take those for granted because that's definitely not the norm. So anytime you can, you have to appreciate those for what they are.
No doubt. And
Eli, hold on, Christian. Looks like Drew Lock is going to go. We found out just right now that he's the starting quarterback. I mean, Schefter couldn't get the news, which was a shocker because Schefter knew I was going to get cut by the Colts before I knew. And so I don't know how Pete Carroll kept this a secret, but Eli, Drew Lock actually played pretty well against Christian's 49ers last week. He made good decisions. He forced the ball on the first drive of the fourth quarter. Niners got that turnover and started feeding McCaffrey and kind of ball game. But I think that start last week is going to help his confidence tonight. Playing at home should be a little easier as well.
Wait, I thought the crowd noise is supposed to affect the away team, not the home team. They jump off sides on the first play. That's not a good start.
I mean, the problem is they didn't tell Drew Lock he was playing until like 5 minutes ago. So, I mean, how about a little earlier notice, right? Christian, don't you want to know if you're starting? Go ahead, Eli.
Yeah, no, that's on Schefter if you ask me. I think that's 100%. On Schefter. Schefter knew I was getting traded. Before I got traded, Schefter knew I was getting traded.
Yeah, Schefter's got to tell the starting quarterback when he's starting earlier in the week so he can prepare better, right? You know,
totally agree.
Christian, I want to show one of your 3 touchdowns that you had yesterday. When we have a chance, I want to show one of them, and we get a chance right here. Now, is it true that you decided that to challenge yourself a little bit more by catching passes while running backwards? Is that the new thing?
Yeah, I was doing the old running forward. Just trying to do an up down, Little League warm-ups when they had you do the up downs. I was just trying to, please my Little League coaches. But no, I had no idea where Brock was. I had thought he was getting sacked, so I started backpedaling, thinking, I didn't know if the play was about to be over or not. And then I saw the ball in the air and just tried to, center field pop fly, backpedal.
First third down of new defensive coordinator Matt Patricia's regime there in Philly. It looked like 2-man. Pretty good throw there by Drew. It's going to be 1 yard short. I think it's a little too far back to go far. Eagles could do the tush push, but I expect Matt Patricia to be a little more aggressive on third down. Eli, a little more blitzing, right? He has that in his arsenal, right? He did that some in Detroit, some exotic blitzes, some overload blitzes. So it's got to be a little different than what they have been doing. We'll see how it unfolds, but good stop right there. That's kind of been the Phillies, the Eagles' problem as well. Third down, right, Eli?
Third down, yeah. Yeah, I think a lot of it paid. We'll get to it a little bit more. The defensive line's got to get going, but good job getting off the field right there and a good start for the Eagles.
Yeah. Stay with us, Christian. Welcome back. Christian McCaffrey still with us. Christian, your 49ers have developed quite the rivalry with this Eagles team. There's been a little trash talk, a little extracurricular off the field. In fact, when you beat the Eagles back in Week 13, there was an especially brutal hit on you. We'll show the clip here. Let's be honest. Were you worried you weren't going to be able to get up after this one?
That was tough, man. I mean, you hate to see dirty play go on, especially this late in the season when you're dealing with, different bruises and bumps. And, for Fletcher Cox to do that, man, just out of this world disrespectful. So I'm glad I'm okay, though. I'm glad the ref helped me up and laughed in my face as I got up. Yeah. He said that was one of the worst acting jobs I've ever seen. I was like, yep, you're right. And I just laughed with him.
All right. There we go. Yeah, one more look. Yeah, there we go.
Oh,
There we go.
yeah. Good job with the arms, flaring the arms.
Yeah, the arms. That was one of my.
Yeah.
That was some of my worst work. I've had some good flops in my career. That was not one of them.
You got to spit out the mouthpiece like as you're falling. That would be good. Like you
Yeah.
got to get, I've been
A
next
couple
next
more
time.
spins on the ground. Yeah,
Yeah, save that for the playoffs.
yeah.
Hey, Christian, in 2 games against this Seahawks defense this season, you're averaging 7.5 yards a carry. Way to show off, by the way. My question is, what's the key to attacking this defense? And before you answer, you cannot say running behind Trent Williams.
Well, that's going to make me have to think a little longer because that's what I was going to say. But no, I think it's a really tough defense, and it always has been. I mean, both these defenses tonight are extremely tough. And a lot of times you don't know when those plays are going to happen. But you really just got to trust the play caller, trust the O-lineman, and read your keys. And, you never know which one's going to break. But I love how much our guys, commit to blocking in the run game. It's an 11-man ordeal. If someone gets a big run, whether it's myself or anyone else, I love how involved everyone is in the run game and how much pride these guys take in the run game. So they make my job, really easy, frankly, and I'm really lucky and happy to be the one getting the ball behind them.
All right, that Seattle crowd noise got him right there, Pate.
They did get him.
Got a little silent count, a little motion outside. It's going a little long. Those linemen are sitting in that stance for a long time right there.
I mean, that totally changes his play call, right, Christian? You had your little 3rd and 5 section. You could run the ball. Now 3rd and 10. Now you got to run it. That is not the world you want to live in on the road against Seattle. Is 3rd and 10. So you like the quarterback draw again, Eli? Nope.
I don't like it here. No, I don't like it here. Ooh.
Crowd noise. 12th man's taking credit for that one. Christian, Jalen Hurts is known for his intense lifting sessions. You have some pretty impressive workouts as well. We'll take a look here when we can. When I look at these, I guess the obvious question is, what in the world is wrong with you?
Yeah, I mean, that's a good question. I don't know, but I think playing running back, you got to be able to move your body in a whole bunch of different positions. So I've taken, some gymnastics. I don't want to call them courses, but I've added gymnastics into the repertoire. I've done some different animal movements, or what you would call them, just to put your body. It's hard to train for football as a running back in the offseason. It's the only sport where, unless you put pads on and go out and play, you can't really train for it. So I just try to simulate, falling, moving on the ground, these different positions that I might be in.
I want to hear about those animal movements when I get back. More animal movements when we come back. Welcome back. Christian, a couple weeks ago, a video of you took over the internet. We can show it here in a second. Be honest, Christian, are you a highly advanced football robot? Just blink your eyes if the answer is yes.
He's not blinking. Oh, okay. Kind of a blink. This actually paid. This kind of reminds me of how you used to have to put your helmet on when you played, except they didn't use screwdrivers. They used giant, cranes.
Yeah,
They'd come and just, jam it on your head.
Perfect.
There it is.
Thanks for that. Oh, nice.
That's how they had to put your helmet on, Peyton. They had to just go one part at a time, start from the side, come up top, then just drill the whole thing in.
Exactly.
I was wondering why Eli wanted me to ask that question so badly. We had a question about your piano skills, Christian. He's like, no. Let's ask about the helmet question. So, Eli,
Peyton wants
your turn from here.
Yeah, Peyton wants the you and Tua. He wants to join y'all's band. Tua on the guitar, you're on the piano. Peyton thinks he can sing, but
Christian's got skills. He was on the piano at a Zach Bryan concert here at Red Rocks earlier this year, killing it. Impressive skills, Christian, on the piano, I have to admit.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, Zach Bryan's the man. We did a charity concert a few years ago, and he had me and a few of my buddies and my brother went to that concert, which is a hell of a show. If anyone's never been to that, it's unbelievable. Guy's incredible. And it was fun. It was my first Red Rocks concert too. So being from Colorado, it was actually my first time I've ever been there. And so I get to say I played piano at Red Rocks for my first ever concert. So that was pretty fun.
Peyton does not get invited to concerts anymore because he, without being asked, he just gets on stage and starts singing, and it's kind of awkward for everybody. But so he doesn't get asked very often anymore. But anyway, hey Christian, let's got to get back to some of your touchdowns. You scored a ton of touchdowns, but you really don't do a lot of celebrations. But I do want to show a video after this punt when we can of a celebration that you did do a long time ago. They had an illegal touch on this punt, by the way. That's why they're re-punting it.
Got it.
I knew you were wondering what was happening there, Pate. But here it is. This is you at age 7 in a kid versus mascot game at Mile High. You just juke Toro, the Texans mascot. You score, and then you mimic T.O. with the Sharpie celebration. Christian, what in the world? Did you use up all your good touchdown celebrations in mini-mite football, and that's why you don't do it anymore?
I don't know what got into me, man. I don't know what. No, as I was playing in my brother's team. By the way, those mascot games are unbelievable. They hit you full speed. Like we kind of went in like this is a fun ordeal. I still remember to this day, half our team was like crying. They're hurt, holding their legs. I mean, those guys are going full speed and absolutely, they're hitting hard. So for us, I just remember that. I was happy I scored. I was running as fast as I could because I thought, I don't know who it was. It might have been, I forget who the mascot was, but was sprinting full speed at me. Toro. Yeah. And my older brother and his friends were like, you got to do this celebration. So I did it. Knee pads on my shins. The pads are 3 sizes too big for me. Those were the days.
Christian,
go ahead, Pate.
Christian, just like us, you grew up around the game. Your dad, Ed, played 13 seasons in the NFL, all-pro receiver, won 3 Super Bowls. What do you remember most about growing up around the game at a young age?
Oh man, it was such a blessing, to be able to have him as a resource, just as a player, being able to learn so many intricacies of the game at such a young age, but also to learn, how to do it. You talked about, playing without the ball. It's because, half my life I watched my dad, block for guys like Terrell Davis, and so for me it was kind of ingrained in us. So there's a way to play the game. There's a way to respect the game, and I think my dad did it at the absolute highest level and played the right way, and didn't say much but played extremely loud, and I always respected that. And then having him as a resource and being able to pick his brain on different things, not just on the field but off the field was a big benefit for all of us. And I had 3 brothers, so we were always doing 2-on-2 basketball, 2-on-2 football, whatever it was, we were doing it together, and just a great sports household to grow up in.
Hey, there's your favorite play, the old tush push. They got it.
Christian, the tush push, right? It's all about who's coaching it and how you execute it, right? It's not for everybody, right? The Eagles do it well, but so do the Cherry Creek Bruins, right? Arapahoe Youth League, right? Watch the technique, right? We come in motion here, right? We bring Ryder in motion. Marshall times the snap count, and there it is. That's how you get into the end zone, right? So look, that's
a well-coached ball club. That's a well-coached.
Got to get lower. They got to get lower.
Who coaches that Cherry Creek team? They must be a genius. Who coaches that?
I'm telling you, look, it's all about the coaching, right? The players know how to execute. Eli, we were told after that play, the refs were like, hey, you can't do that. I'm like, the Eagles do it in the NFL. He's like, this is not the NFL. I'm like, oh, I thought 7th grade AYL Colorado Youth Football was the NFL. I was confused, but that was the last time we did it. They banned it in our league, but the NFL, you guys can still do it. So what do I know?
Fun fact, Peyton, that's the Cherry Creek Bruins. I grew up, I played Parker Hawks, so I know you're part of the Cherry Creek,
rival?
saga, but that was our rival growing up. It was Hawks versus Cherry Creek all the time.
McCaffrey's a legend in this youth football league. As you can see, he was doing the Sharpie move as a 7-year-old. So that was next level stuff right there. We got a little drive going here, E. You got a good drive.
They've had some long drives, Pate. You know, they're not. It looks like they tried the one shot just to go route down the sideline, but it looks like they really an emphasis on running the ball. You know, throwing some of those bubbles. Balls getting out quick, not taking sacks. Got Jalen running a few times, but they're getting to these third and manageables. You know, or really not having many third downs at all. They'll curl flat, simple zone beaters all day long.
Hey, Christian, as Jalen walks up there to kind of tell the offensive line, you saw that running back walking up with him. Are you trying to hear what he's saying, what he's telling the line when Jalen's making an audible?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I don't know if he's changing the protection or not, but anytime you see a running back go up there, as you guys know, they're listening to, any kind of protection change. They could be audibling to a run, you never know, but you definitely got to hear what he's saying. And that's probably the loudest stadium I've ever been in. When it's that loud, you got to go up in the ear and listen.
Yeah, it's always nice for you guys to walk up and hear so he can just say it one time, right? Change the protection to tell the line and to tell you as well. Now, be honest, right? RPOs, right? I'm on the record saying running backs don't like RPOs. You like R's, right? Where do you weigh in, right? Don't you just want them handing the ball to you and not pulling it out, throwing it a bubble screen?
I go back and forth. If it works, any play that works, I'm a fan of. I get the question, do you like to run touchdowns or catch touchdowns? I'm like, I don't care how it happens. Touchdowns. I like the plays that work. But RPOs are interesting for running backs because you talk about playing without the ball and carrying out fakes. On an RPO, you're still getting hit. You're just getting hit without the ball, and you're not blocking. So the goal is to get tackled. So essentially, you're getting tackled without the ball. Is it the most fun thing to do? I wouldn't call it most fun thing to do, but it's necessary to execute the play. I did it a lot with Cam Newton, and we had a lot of success in Carolina doing those different RPOs, early in my career. But it is hit or miss. Sometimes they're great. Sometimes you get the short end of the stick.
Hey, I think we're in the red zone.
Tee him up, Pete.
All right, Christian, you have an opportunity to get on the perfect prediction. We got you in the hat right here. Do you think the Eagles score a touchdown, and how do they score it?
Jalen Hurts is running a QB draw to the left. The tight end's going to pull. He's deep. Tight end's deep, so he's sifting backside. There you go.
Ooh, look at that. Look at that. Eli,
he sifted, but it wasn't to the left.
That's pretty good. That's a pretty good prediction.
Do they go for it right here on fourth down?
Let's go for it for sure.
What do you think?
We're in bad weather.
They go for it.
All right.
See, I would have gone. You see that open B gap on the left there.
Looked like he went the wrong way. The tight end was pulling to the left. He didn't follow the block.
Okay, I love it.
Blockers right there. Come on,
Christian. I love the fact that Eli. I love how Eli's cutting the MVP of the league off to talk about what hole the runner should hit. And if that's not comical, I don't know what is. Let's go. 4th and 3.
Eli's got a lot more merit than I do.
There it is.
Okay, there we go. Okay, so the touchdown.
I was going to say he was going to throw a short hitch on the inside to 80.
Yeah, I like that prediction. But how about the actual touchdown? What do you think that will be? You think Hurts on a draw on that, or you think somebody else is going to score the touchdown?
I think they're running it in. I think Gainwell's going to score.
There you go. All right, run it in. That's a prediction. You can change it as you get closer. At the 15 now. So it's pretty. Yeah, not many rules here. You kind of get the.
Okay, good. Yeah, I didn't have the rule book. I didn't know what I was and wasn't allowed to do. So I'm glad. Gainwell's not scoring because he's coming off the field now.
It's really hard not to get on the board. You got to just kind of say anything.
As long as you don't predict a field goal like certain people did, you're covered.
Okay.
What do you like? It doesn't have to be this play. We got a good little drive going. Oh, there's the run. There's the run.
See, now they tush push. Do they get 3 yards on the tush push right here is the question. They might not tush push here, though. I don't know.
3rd and 1.
That's a 3rd and 1. Do you tush push it to get it to 1st and goal, right?
Yeah, or you might score. Oh, they're going tush push.
Look at this folding clinic Kelsey's putting on. Oh. False start.
False start.
What?
Offense number 62. 5-yard penalty.
They called it on the center.
Center? How is that possible? When are you just getting lined up?
They're emphasizing
part
the
of-
head nods now. I know that. I don't know what it was, but they might be emphasizing the sudden movements. That's what everyone's saying now. You can't do any
Look at
sudden
that.
movements.
Look at that. I saw it.
Little foot? No, the foot going back?
It looked like part of his beard fell on the football, and they called that.
All right, what do you call here? What do you like now, Christian?
Maybe a corner to the no. I like the QB
quarterback
draw
run
again.
still. Yeah, I do too. I do too.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, I like
we
that
gotta-
QB run again, but
We probably got to kick this one, right?
plays
E?
either.
They got to kick it now.
We got to kick this one. Christian, that did not seem like a penalty, but so they've told y'all that, like in meetings, they've told y'all false, like sudden movements are going to be called. I mean, have the referees sent you a video or something like that to kind of let y'all know that's going to be emphasized?
Yeah, every week they have, different things that they emphasize, and it's not just with the center, it's with, all the offensive linemen. I think it's on punt and field goal too, but those sudden movements that might get defensive players to jump, they're Xing those out. I think they call it on the defense as well. They're not allowed to do like quick sudden movements before the ball's.
Yeah. Got it.
Great,
Christian.
thanks so much for coming on, man.
Thank you, man.
Good luck.
Good luck the rest of the way. Thanks.